Which voodoo do you do? Top 3, green eggs and ham, and more on episode 381 of the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Hello and welcome back, everybody out there in podcast land. We're so glad you're back again to listen to us, as Lee would say, waffle on for about an hour.
That's exactly what went through my head when you said that as well.
But I can't make all these waffles by myself. I need other people, other waffle makers. And to do that, I have joining me, Lee.
Hello, everyone. I like we're chief waffle makers.
Tracy.
Hello, everyone.
And we have the ghost of Darren, because unfortunately he could not make it today. He's fixing the waffle machine. So he will be here in spirit, but we will have to continue waffling.
Yes.
So how's it going, guys?
Good. Well, yeah. If you know what's going on behind the scenes.
Hop along, Cassidy.
If you don't, things are great.
Yeah.
Things are fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's like, I don't know what's going on now. Tracy broke her foot a week ago.
Yeah. Whee!
So we'll just put that out there.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, don't, because I'm already having bad thoughts about having to let Lee and Jade put up the Christmas tree.
Let's just not.
I can't do it.
Just decorate your foot and that's it.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Just stand Tracy in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't stand. I've only got one leg.
Just stand on one leg. A tree's only got one trunk.
There you go. Well, let's get these festivities started off with some Producers Club birthdays. Tracy?
And as usual, we have a belated one, thanks, Lee.
Yeah, he pulled me up on it as well.
Good for you, Daniel. It was Daniel Johnson's birthday on December the 5th, and Lee got it wrong. He forgot.
I didn't forget.
Again. What did you do then? Admitted it.
I have a Google Doc with everybody's details in, and for some reason I spent December wrong. So when I search for all the birthdays to put them in the show notes, I go in and search for December, but because it was spelled different, it didn't come up in the search.
So you're just illiterate?
No. Google Docs is illiterate.
No.
His birthday's December.
So happy birthday, Daniel.
Happy
I
birthday.
hope you had a fantastic
Happy
day,
birthday.
despite Lee ignoring you.
There's a lot.
He's just tastefully tardy, that's all.
Yeah. Well, I suppose at least it was within a week.
Yeah.
Not how many months?
Oh, lots of months.
Yeah. Right, getting on to the current birthdays. We will start December the 11th. That's Wednesday. It is Ian Kaufman's birthday. Happy birthday, Ian.
Happy birthday,
Happy
kids.
birthday.
Oh, Ian.
Kids?
He calls everybody kids.
I know. It's all right. I'll be sure to give him lots of grief. That's a polite word on his birthday. And then December the 15th, it is Joe Smithwick's birthday. Happy birthday, Joe.
Happy birthday,
Joe.
from us little people.
And just want to say, big thumbs up and thanks for that Grinch on
yes.
the Facebook. That was awesome.
It was wrong is what it was.
Brilliant. See, I knew I liked Joe. And then on December the 19th, we have the lovely Stephanie Grant's birthday. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Stephanie.
Happy birthday.
And then we have birthday twins. December the 21st. It's very close to a very special birthday.
I know.
That will be Alicia Stella and Maddie Willette's birthdays. Happy birthday, ladies!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, twins.
And then the next day, it's me!
It is. Happy birthday, Tracy.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Tracy.
And then the day
I'll
after
tell
that...
you on the day, too.
Yeah. And the day after that, the 23rd, is Lee's birthday. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Mr. Lee.
Thank you. I am 55. I'm not really. I don't actually know how old I am this year. I've kind of lost count.
I'm not telling you because now I have to work out how old I am. And then we're back to the proper birthdays, the important ones. December the 28th is Janine Pipe's birthday. Happy birthday, Janine!
Happy birthday, Janine.
Happy birthday, Janine.
Thank you for the Christmas card, even though it was a frozen one.
Was it that cold?
No, I mean, it was
Dry
Disney.
ice.
I know.
And you should send us a Disney Christmas card.
And why not? And then finally, on New Year's Eve, December the 31st, it is a lovely Maureen Deal's birthday. Happy birthday, Maureen!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday. Gotta be a hell of a party.
Yeah, Janine's the only one who wasn't a weekend of people at that point.
Yeah.
Ian wasn't there, but he did the T-shirts.
Yeah,
and Daniel.
He was there in spirit.
Happy birthday, everyone.
If you would like to join the Producers Club and have your birthday forgotten or read out, who knows, it's a lottery.
Oh my God. It's not a lottery.
Good. That's so good.
It is. You can email us at uuopproducers@gmail.com.
See? It's not just your friends that will forget your birthday. We will too.
All these in jokes.
Not we, Chris.
Me, it's all me. I'll accept it. It's all me.
Just Lee.
Yes.
I'll accept it.
Awesome. All right. So let's move on over to Little Things with Seth.
Hi, this is Seth Kabursky from the Unofficial Guides. I'm hoping you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving, and I am here to bring you the last look at all the little things that are new around the Universal Orlando Resort for 2019. The biggest little news recently was the reopening of Green Eggs and Ham Cafe in Islands of Adventure. This Seuss Landing restaurant has been mostly closed for the last decade or so, but is now back open with a brand new menu featuring Who hash in a can and tater tots with various toppings. It attracted a really long line on its opening day. I haven't got to try the food yet, but I'm hoping that it stays open past the holiday season. In other Islands of Adventure news, about half of the turnstiles at the front gate of IOA have now been replaced with new entry points that do not have a physical turnstile that you have to push through. This matches the upgrades that have been done at the front of Universal Studios Florida. This should help crowds move a little quicker through the entry. However, the scanners for the tickets and fingers have not changed. So if you've struggled with those before, like many of us have,
like everybody
it doesn't look like that has improved yet. Over in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Hogsmeade, I am very happy to report that Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure has been operating better. It still suffers daily downtimes, and it is still closing its queue before the rest of the park. However, today I was able to ride it with only a 65-minute wait in the middle of the afternoon, and they were consistently dispatching trains at about 30 seconds each. That translates into an hourly capacity of 1,680 guests, which is pretty decent for a modern e-ticket. I heard that recently at a party for Universal Creative, they were running up to 11 trains with a total theoretical dispatch of over 1,800 guests an hour, which is excellent. That's coming up very close to what Forbidden Journey can do. And if you want to cut your wait for Hagrid's even shorter, I noticed they are now letting guests access the single rider queue through the Fast Pass lane, instead of making you wait with the standby line until you approach the castle. When the Fast Pass queue is open, you will get on in about 30 minutes.
Fast Pass
Lastly,
queue?
Universal published on their website that early park admission will return to Islands of Adventure for the week between Christmas and New Year's. Early park admission at IOA will include the Marvel attractions like Hulk and Spider-Man, as well as Forbidden Journey and Flight of the Hippogriff. However, Hagrid's will not be included in early park admission. In the last edition of Little Things, I mentioned some themed Christmas trees that had been added to several gift shops around the parks. What I didn't realize at the time that this is part of Universal's first holiday tree hunt. You can pick up a map for this scavenger hunt in the large gift shops at the front of either Islands of Adventure or Universal Studios Florida, and then you get them stamped as you find the trees in the various gift shops around both parks and in City Walk. Once you've gotten all 14 stamps, you can turn it in for a free Christmas tree ornament. There's no cost to join the holiday tree hunt, and it is a clever way to get guests inside the stores.
Yes.
And finally, speaking of stores, in City Walk, a construction permit was recently filed to turn 4 small shops into one larger venue. Permit did not specify exactly which stores, but it's good to know that there look to be some changes coming to the shopping lineup in City Walk. That's going to be all for this year of Little Things at Universal Orlando Resort. I'm hoping all of you have a happy and healthy holiday season, and that you have ordered copies of the new 2020 edition of the Unofficial Guide to Universal Orlando for all of your loved ones. You can find me on the internet at theunofficialguides.com or on Twitter at @TheUGSeries, and I'll be back in 2020 with more little things from around the Universal Orlando Resort.
I do commend Seth on his commitment to calling Hagrid by its full name every time.
Yeah.
He said Fast Pass. I knew he meant Express Pass, but I didn't think Hagrid had an Express Pass line, so I'm not quite sure what line he was talking about at that point.
They do. It's built in there already.
Really?
Yeah. There's like, I saw it when we first went. There was like a little sign that, when they put it, go this way. You can go down, like they already built that into the ride. So just waiting for the day that finally opens for real.
Be interesting to see how long it is, because I was talking to someone the other day and they were asking how long it took the other rides. And I'm like, Forbidden Journey was about like 5 years, I think, before they introduced Express Pass to it.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they did it with Gringotts and Forbidden Journey both at the same time.
I can't remember.
Wasn't Gringotts a little further down the road?
I thought they did it on the same weekend. I might be wrong.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
But it's probably just like a little sign they're going to hang in the front once they do it, just like they did with Gringotts.
Yeah.
Realistically, it's going to be a year at least.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be longer than that. I mean, they got to get the ride fully operational and opening until the park closes. So let's work through those things first, and then we'll talk about, an Express Pass lane.
Yes.
But like Seth said, it does seem to be running a lot better. I've seen a lot of posts on Facebook in like annual pass holder groups and stuff of people saying, it was posted a 90-minute wait and we only waited like 45 or 50 and stuff. So it does seem to be running a lot better.
Yeah. 65 is not too bad.
No. I think the longest, we rode it twice. The longest we waited was what, Tracy? 80 minutes?
Was it that long?
And that was from park opening. Like we got their park opening with Claire.
Yeah, I was going to say we were chatting with Claire that whole time though, and that flew past actually.
We'd have waited longer. It was they opened the single rider line just as we got to the single rider line, so it probably would have been longer. But yeah, we queued.
Then Bolton grapes.
Yeah. Yeah. What was it? Something else? Oh yeah, if Darren had been here, he would have been able to tell us about that Christmas tree.
Christmas tree.
The Christmas tree hunt.
Oh, the old Christmas trees.
Yes.
Because Darren and Nina did it last weekend.
Yeah. Something I would love to do.
Yeah, it would be cool. Again, it's another one of those things that you probably end up seeing the park a little bit different.
Yeah.
For sure.
And probably spending more money. I think it was a minion ornament that they were giving away.
All right.
Yeah. It looks fun, though. Yeah. I mean, it's a cool thing to do, like you said, especially if you're like a pass holder, you go there all the time and you want something different. This is a great opportunity to, like you said, see the park, maybe some places you've never seen, some gift shops you've never seen.
Probably, yeah.
Yep.
Maybe they'll have some cool, Christmas-themed items near said trees. So you're like going in there to stamp your book, and you're like, oh, that's cool. And then you start,
oh, they know
seeing
me well.
things you wouldn't have.
But like Seth said, it is a very clever way of getting people inside the shops.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah. Definitely.
I'm happy to be taken into shops.
Yeah. I'd like to do it if we ever get out there.
Yeah.
Or they'll stop it by the time we get out there.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got something to say on the green eggs thing, but we're discussing that, so I'll get to that then. And...
Perfect. Well, yes. Let's discuss green eggs and ham. So Green Eggs and Ham has reopened, like Seth had mentioned, and it's over at Universal Islands of Adventure. Now, we think it will only be seasonal.
Yeah, I actually tweeted Universal the weekend it opened and said, is this going to be open longer than the holidays? And they just went something along the lines of, please check back with our social media for more updates. In other words, you're not just going to tell me, are you?
I think with the lines they're getting, maybe we should have, this open longer.
I hope so.
Making tons of money.
I really hope so.
I mean, we'll get into it in a minute, but I think this is a much better idea than what it was before.
I liked what it was before.
Yeah, because it's unique. It's different.
Yeah, I mean, it was what it was. They did green eggs and ham again, but I think this is a much more palatable way for everyone.
Well, let's face it. With me, if tater tots are on the menu, there's no choice. That's what I'm having because we don't have them over here.
Let's be honest.
So I will eat my body weight in tater tots.
They look amazing. They really do.
The food looks great. And I also want that little hoo hash can.
Yes, me too.
It just looks cool.
It does.
Yeah.
Like, people are going to buy that just to keep that for a souvenir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pen pot.
Yeah. Tracy, why don't you start us off on that menu?
Yeah. I'd just like to say that I am going to order all of them and eat all of them.
We're just saying what Tracy's order is right now. Yes. All of us talking is the entire order.
Yes. Pizza tots. Pepperoni, sausage, mozzarella cheese, and tomato sauce over tater tots. Yes.
So basically they went, right, we've seen how popular pizza fries are at Horror Night. How can we do that during the day for everyone? There you go.
Yeah.
I think it sounds better than pizza fries, actually.
I wouldn't. I've never tried them. So
you're going to have to try both.
True. Very true.
So next up, we have green eggs and ham tots, which is green eggs, diced ham, and white cheese sauce over tater tots. Absolutely.
What's white cheese sauce, Tracy?
It's sauce made of white cheese.
But is it like
just what it says
like
in
a
the tin.
queso dip?
Yeah, it's just cheese sauce.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's
usually a little bit thinner than your traditional like nacho cheese sauce.
Okay.
So like if like a Mexican place you'd go to, and if they have like a queso, like a white cheese dip,
I don't think I've ever had that.
That's what it's going to be.
It's fine. You'll like it.
Yeah.
You'll like it. Yeah.
I'm sure I will.
And if you don't, I'll finish yours
I'm sure you will as well. Next up, they have buffalo chicken tots, which is chicken tenders, mozzarella cheese, ranch, and buffalo sauce over tater tots. Now, they sound amazing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I
love me some buffalo chicken.
There's just nothing on this menu that I wouldn't go, yeah. That's like I'd literally get to the front and go, I don't know. Just surprise me.
Then we have hoo hash in a can. Don't make myself laugh. Corned beef, onions, white cheese sauce, scallions, and tater tots in a hoo hash can. Yes.
Yep.
Funniest comment I've heard this week was when Darren said on Facebook, it's like, I wanted to try it and then I found out it was food.
Yes, that made me chuckle.
But yeah, that tin it's nothing special either. That's the thing.
It just looks like it belongs in Seuss Landing, and you're like, I just want to take a piece of Seuss Landing home.
Exactly.
That's exactly it.
For $10.
Yeah. At least you get food out of it, you know. Yeah. Then you can take it home and make your own hoo hash at home.
Yeah.
Food or non-food.
Yeah. And obviously, you need to have some dessert with your meal. So we have the s'mores Nutella. That is toasted mini marshmallows and Nutella over a graham cracker crust.
So you don't like Nutella, do you?
No.
So I'll go and get a giant cotton candy.
Just get 2 hoo hashes.
Yeah. I don't think I'll be able to fit a dessert in after eating everything else.
I think they're all $9.99. I'm not sure what the
hoo hash is $14.99.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
The s'mores. I want to say the s'mores are only $5.99. But
then there'll be tax on top.
Yeah. I want to say the s'mores Nutella are only $5.99. Yeah. Let me just have a look. The s'mores, the s'mores are $9.99 as well.
Right.
Yeah, everything's $9.99 apart from the hoo hash, which you're paying a $5 premium for that tin.
So 45 plus tax I'm spending.
Wow.
If you guys had to pick one on this menu, which is your one?
Buffalo.
What a stupid question. I'm not picking one. I'm having them all. I just told you that.
Come on.
Perfect.
Which one?
Do you even like corned beef?
You met me before.
No.
Do I not make corned beef pie every Christmas?
Yeah, but you don't normally eat, I don't know.
Lee, there's tater tots in it. You didn't get the message.
Exactly.
If there's tater tots, she's eating it. That's it.
Yes. I am going with the hoo hash in a can.
Yeah, I thought you might. Chris?
I think I'm going to do the hoo hash as well.
Really?
Again, I don't eat corned beef that much, but that just kind of sounds awesome with the white cheese sauce and onions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that was another thing. I did actually tweet Universal and say, obviously, we've got a veggie in our group coming over in February. Can we ask for them without the meat? And they basically said, yeah, you can have them any way you want.
It's just tater tots.
Yeah, but you can still get it with like...
No, I know, with the onions and the sauce.
You could get like the buffalo chicken ones just without the chicken tenders.
On the buffalo.
So you still get, what is buffalo sauce?
Spicy.
It's like a buffalo sauce is
Buffalo New York
hot sauce mixed with butter.
Oh my God, I'm definitely having them then.
Isn't it named after buffalo?
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause that's where it originated. You've had buffalo before.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
See, the only thing is, I hope that the diced ham in the green eggs and ham isn't that crappy plastic stuff that we get.
Oh no, I hope it's not the stuff that was in that. It wasn't. What did we have from Fast Food Boulevard before Men in Black? Was that turkey? The turkey wrap.
You had the turkey wraps.
Oh, it was vile.
That was bad. That'd been chewed, spat out, and then reconstituted. I think it was somebody else's meal.
That's the only thing I've eaten in that restaurant that I was like, that is no thanks.
Yeah, no, that wasn't good.
It was not pleasant. But they look really good. Like, I've seen tons of pictures. I don't know whether Darren. I know they went that weekend. I don't know whether they actually got them or not.
They look like a decent sized portion.
I feel like he would have posted it up if he did.
Yeah, probably, because the lines for it were crazy.
Yes.
I know, who was it? Oh, Tom Brino was going to go. And he said, we've passed it because the line for Hagrid's is shorter.
I'd queue for tater tots.
But that, like you said, Chris...
for the express pass lane to go.
But that's the thing, though, Chris. Like, if you look at the lines they've had for it, hopefully that is enough of an indication that people do want to eat there and that they will keep it open.
Of course. I mean, how often do you see them, like, having crazy lines for a fast food, not even like a sit-down restaurant fast food,
nowhere.
just
to walk up
a fast food that's out of nowhere. It'll bring people to a different area of the park. Yeah. It only makes financial sense for them to keep it open.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And being where it is, it's like that whole centrepiece of the green ham in the middle of Zeus Landing. Yeah. It's such a shame that it's not open a lot of the time.
And I hope people are now noticing that the umbrellas are held up with forks.
Yeah.
Because I love that.
It's like Schwab's. I've never understood why Schwab's isn't open more in studios.
Good in there as well.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I saw that open.
Do we know if they have mobile ordering?
Not a clue.
I wouldn't have thought so right now.
I would like to say, if there's lines like this, though, they do need an annual pass holders line. Just so we can go straight to the front.
That would be good.
Yeah. You know, now I'm an annual pass holder, you know. Got to think about myself.
50,000 pass holders will go to that one line.
Yeah.
Everybody else goes to the other 5 lines.
You probably know that most people in line will have been pass holders as well.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I've got rid of the Universal app off my phone, so I can't even check. I would assume not.
Not if it's only seasonal.
Well, we don't know whether it's seasonal, do we?
You can do that on the pizza fries, can't you? And they're seasonal.
Can you? I have no idea.
They had the mobile ordering for them at Halloween Horror Nights. Didn't get any, but
no,
I know that about.
That was my fault.
I know. Everything's your fault. Yeah.
This is what annoys me. That we're going to spend 90% of this show talking about food, and yet I ate next to nothing when we were over there.
It's okay. Save your appetite. February.
Oh, I am. Because I have to. I've been told by numerous people that I have to try the stuff at Mardi Gras.
I am just telling you now, you're just going to give me a food budget, and I'm just going to eat all the time.
Yeah, but it's all seafood you won't eat.
Pardon?
They have some non-seafood stuff because I don't eat seafood.
The crab étouffée is what I have to have.
I'm talking about for the entire holiday, not one bloody meal.
Well, just slap the lanyard around your neck. And then you can get, 10 meals out of it? I forgot how many.
What did you do? It was 50. Oh, yeah. Did you get 12?
15, there you go.
It was 12 for $50, wasn't it? The annual pass holder one that you did this year.
I have the pass holder I have that pass hanging on the door right now. So
I'm sure it was 12 for $50.
Hold on. Let me grab it.
I have to do that.
Yeah, I really want to try it. Like, I'm not a massive seafood fan, but I'm not a seafood fan.
It depends on what the seafood is. I don't do prawns.
It's a barcode, so I can't tell you.
I'm sure it was 12 for 50. The annual pass holder one, I'm sure, was 12 items for 50.
Pass holder exclusive was 15 items for $60.
Wow, that's even better than we were thinking.
Yeah, the regular one was 5 for $30, 10 for $50. And then, again, 15 for $60 for
So the annual pass holders get an extra 5 items for $10 more?
Yep. And
Sounds
it
like a
is
good lunch
definitely worth it.
Yeah, because even if you didn't like any of the seafoody stuff, I think the beers and stuff come part of it, don't they, Chris?
Yeah, you can get that.
Yep.
But again, they also have a lot of other things, too. So they had, chicken and...
Twisted taters.
different things there. Plus, that slaw was just life.
Oh, I need to get my appetite sorted for February.
Bloody do. Otherwise, I'm leaving you behind. You're not stopping me from eating.
We're still trying to work out how we can go to a big fire with a vegetarian.
We'll just tie her up at the railings outside like you would with a dog.
I'm desperate to go back to big fire.
They got potatoes.
Yeah. They do chips, fries, whatever you want to call
bread. They do cornbread.
That bread was good,
The
actually.
cornbread was good.
Yeah. Complimentary bread.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's at Mythos.
Yeah, I should kind of
Save some
s'mores.
money.
They don't do complimentary bread at big fire. At least they didn't when we were there.
No.
Anyway.
Well, let's move on because we're talking too much about food.
Yes.
And now let's talk about donuts. So
This is it, guys.
we're here. We're at the end. So we have a couple clips, right?
4
clips.
Yep.
And they're all from this year. So maybe. I'm not Maybe.
100% sure, actually.
We also have a Horror Nights from 2016 submission.
You'll be able to tell me from the first clip, Chris, how old these may be.
All right. Lee, roll the clips.
Hey guys, Alexa here. It's only been a year, but I finally have my Which Voodoo Do You Do? So far, I've had the Dirt, Mango Tango, 8 Mile, Great Ape, and the Creamsicle. Today, I tried the 2 new specialty donuts, Key Lime and Pina Colada. Out of all those donuts, Mango Tango takes the cake. Well, in this case, it takes the yeast. It's super light and fluffy with a light layer of vanilla frosting, but once you bite, it's a burst of mango cream. All right, well, I gotta get back to eating through the menu to see if my opinion changes. Bye!
Hello, UUOP. This is Fernando coming to you live from Voodoo Donut. I have here my wife and my 2 sisters. We just ordered 8 donuts, and we are now taking the first bites into our first donut. I went with the classic cinnamon cake donut. My wife went with the Voodoo doll donut. My sister Natalia went with the Portland cream, and then my other sister Katerina went with the Oh Captain My Captain. We're gonna first go to my wife. How did you like it?
It was delicious. So good, so great. I don't know what else to say.
Did you like the filling? Are you a fan of the filling?
Yes, delicious. Very creamy, and it's not too sweet, the donut, so it's perfect.
Fantastic. All right, now we're gonna go to my sister Natalia with the Portland cream.
It was very good. Once you take a first bite, you want to have more. Next thing you know, you're going to have your other donut.
You heard it from her. Here we go. And now to Katerina, who had the Oh Captain My Captain. Tell us how you liked it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I have no words.
Okay, great. And I went with the classic cinnamon cake donut. I really liked it. It's very cakey. And as far as cinnamon donuts go, I feel like it's better than what I've had from any other donut shop. So I'm very satisfied with it. Of course, we got other donuts, but I don't think we're going to eat those for later tonight. We're going to save them for a little sweet snack. So this is Fernando signing off from Voodoo Donut live at Universal Orlando City Walk. Bye-bye.
Hi, this is Sonia from Austin, and I'm here with my son Alex.
Hi.
And my husband Paul.
Hello.
And we have been to Voodoo Donuts 3 times since it opened now, and we've got to try a lot of the specialty donuts. We got to try the Grinch, the Halloween Horror Nights, the Universal Creamsicle, the Spring Donut, and the Mardi Gras Donut. And my favorite by far is the Mardi Gras Donut. It's a shell donut with powdered sugar, and it's got frosting with Mardi Gras colored sprinkles, but the best part is the Cafe au lait Bavarian cream filling. It's amazing. So, and I also like the Diablo Rex a lot. It's a chocolate cake with chocolate frosting, a white pentagram, and chocolate chips.
And red sprinkles.
What's your favorite, Alex?
My favorite donuts are the Loop and the Diablo Rex. The Loop is a cake donut with vanilla frosting and Fruit Loops on top. And the Diablo Rex is exactly what she just described.
What's your favorite, Paul?
My favorite was the Mardi Gras donut, which they're out of the last 2 days, so I had to go to my standby, the Bacon Maple Bar, and the Diablo Rex.
Well, that's it, and this will probably be our last one for a while. So thanks a lot. Bye.
Sonia, I think, managed to sneak an extra one in because I think that's her second clip we've played on the show at this point. But we will let her off. She did buy us a coffin.
Yeah, I was about to say she gets a pass on that one.
Yeah.
Alex is so sweet.
Yeah.
All the problem is that listening to all these clips makes me realise how much I haven't tried any Voodoo donuts really.
Well,
at
you're
the
too
moment.
busy talking.
I know, we keep saying the same thing.
Yep.
Right. So the last one we got was an email. I haven't actually said who it's from. I think it was from Matt.
It says Matt above it.
Oh, yeah, it does, you're right. And I actually read, I think I messaged...
Who wrote the script?
Shut up.
Oh, man.
I think I actually mentioned this during our morning Voodoo donut thing. It says, "Hello, UUOP. To spare myself from having my audio clip playing just after Halloween Horror Nights 37, I'll just tell you which Voodoo I do. The Universal Orange Sickle, of course, because it's such a wonderful and unique flavour that I've never had on a donut before. I've had about 10 other flavours, and this is the one I always come back to, and I need to try that as well. Although it does look small. Chris, have you ever had the Orange Sickle?
It is not small.
It looks... Jeff Royd's posted a picture in the Producers Club of him eating it. It looked small.
Is it smaller than a Voodoo doll?
No. Probably on par with one.
Okay.
They're pretty big, actually.
It's big. It's honestly... Have you ever had an Orange-sicle, like, ice cream?
No.
They're not a thing here.
Well, it's comparable to an ice cream bar on a stick. So... whatever you got over there that's an ice cream bar stick kind of thing,
like Magnum.
It's going to be around the same size, maybe a little fluffier.
Everything's much smaller over here, Chris.
Very true. Those gold bars are kind of small.
And expensive.
Yeah, they are over there.
I
can't believe we're at the end.
It's not that small. It's pretty good size.
So I'll have maybe
also that first clip.
Yeah, when was that?
I was going to give you some behind the scenes on that.
Yeah.
That took over the span of months because it had been recording from initial like eating there, and it's like, nah, we got to come back and eat some more. So Alexa just kept on. We went there probably 4 times in total throughout the year, and until she finally sent you that. But like the initial recording started like in the beginning of the year, maybe, or even prior to that when it was really early. So. But that's more our fault than yours.
No, she totally chastised me at the weekend for not playing that clip.
Yeah,
right
Tracy
too.
may have egged her on to do so. Who knows?
What?
No, I'm kidding.
I know all these women stick together.
I got your back, Lee.
That's cool. I don't mind it.
Just means you're loved.
Exactly. There you go, Alexa. See, I told you I'd play it. Might be a year later.
Yeah. Wow.
All right. So we will be back with the final Which Voodoo Do You Do top 3 after a quick break from our sponsor.
The holidays are here, guys, and whether you're a Grinch or Cindy Lou Who, doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that it's time to start thinking about what to give your loved ones this year. Reach out to us at mouseandmuggle.com where you can fill out a no-obligation quote request. And remember, at Mouse and Muggle Travel Company, our goal isn't to sell you things, it's to help you make memories. So let our team of experts help you plan your next big adventure.
Welcome back. So, yes, top 3, Which Voodoo Do You Do? It's been over a year in the making.
I've seen Tracy's face. This is the first time she's seen the top 3.
I'm already on number 3. What?
Oh, no. It's okay. Mine's not even on this list, Tracy, so...
Mine is. It's 3rd.
What?
So let's start from number 3 and work our way down to number 1. And Tracy, can you tell us the 3rd place donut?
No.
All right, next one.
No, I can't actually because there's 3 of them. It's joint 3rd place. 3 thirds.
It was actually very close all in all.
Yeah. So we have the Voodoo doll. What are you thinking, people?
That was my favourite.
The grape ape. What are you thinking, people?
Which I really want to try.
And the blueberry cake. What are you thinking, people? They were like my top
3.
In my top 4.
You know what? I would keep blueberry cake in my top 3.
That was
After
so
the
good.
Weekender, it was really, really good.
Yeah.
I was talking to Tracy yesterday. We've decided we're going to rather than go in and try and make a spur of the moment decision. When we go back, we need to have a list and just go, right, we want one of them, one of them, one of them, one of them. So we know what we're getting.
I'm just going to go and ask for one of each.
And then split them between the three of us. I wonder how much it'd cost you to buy the whole lot. We did work that out when they first opened.
We did work it out and I can't remember.
So the second place, which voodoo do you do, is the one that Tracy was looking forward to the most.
Yep.
And that is the Portland Cream. Which you said was awful.
It wasn't awful. I just don't like the chocolate.
I don't think I tried it.
I don't think I've tried this one either.
It was, no offense to American chocolate, but it was like American flavored chocolate on the top. And
is there any like peanut butter in here or
no?
What, in the Portland Cream? No, it's just a chocolate donut with cream in it.
It's not chocolate. It's a
like a donut with a chocolate
It's a plain
topping,
shell,
right?
Yeah,
with Bavarian cream.
Okay,
and then chocolate glaze on top.
Yeah. But I'm not a big fan of donuts with that chocolate on top.
I don't like that chocolate. I must admit that's the one thing that spoilt the voodoo doll for me.
All of our donuts are like that. Like when you have that chocolate layer on top, they're very, very similar.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
It's very synthetic tasting.
I've come to the conclusion, and I think I said it when we were over there, when we were talking about it, that I much prefer a donut with a jam, like a jelly in it, than a cream, for the most part.
Now you see, I've actually had one, I can't remember where it was, where it was both, and it was amazing.
Jam and cream.
Oh, yeah.
Although that Mardi Gras one that Sonia mentioned sounded good. I don't know what Cafe au lait Bavarian cream is, but it sounds good.
Cafe au lait?
Olé.
Milky coffee?
Oh, yeah, it sounds all right, actually.
It's like a latte.
Chris put us out of our misery.
All right. The number one, and this is not my personal view, this is the view of everybody, but the number one donut from which voodoo do you do is, drumroll, the Universal Orangesicle.
Woo!
You win.
Yay! Haven't tried it, so
we haven't had it, so
I really enjoy this donut. It is really good. It's not my number one, maybe top 5, but it is a really good donut.
I'm just looking. It won out by 1 vote.
Wow.
Portland Cream?
Yeah, the Orangesicle won over the Portland Cream by 1 vote, and then there was 1 vote separating the Portland Cream from the Grape Ape, the Voodoo Doll, and the Blueberry. Wow. Yeah, it was that close.
Wow.
I think the biggest shocker here is how Grape Ape is even on this list.
Really?
Oh, I can't. I used to eat so much Fun Dip as a kid, and the Grape Ape tastes like a bag of Fun Dip. Yeah. Like, no flavor difference whatsoever. It's just a donut form of purple Fun Dip, and I just can't do it anymore. I don't know.
See, when Voodoo Donut opened, that was the one that everyone was talking about.
A lot of people like it, yeah, obviously, because it's now in 3rd place. But
I loved it. That was my number 1.
I can't remember. I was too, like you say, I was too busy gasbagging to everyone to really care about the donuts, which is not like me.
Which you've been talking about the donuts for an entire 2 years.
When you were asking me for my number 1 for this, how long did I dither?
Oh, for like half an hour.
Because it was Voodoo Doll or the Grape Ape. And the reason that the Voodoo Doll didn't win was because of that chocolate. It just didn't
I'm
work
not a
for me.
massive fan of that chocolate, but I think the jelly inside it offset it enough.
Even the stabby bit couldn't quite make it to first place.
See, we should have got 2 different ones that first time, to be honest, and shared.
Nope, share.
It's not about, you're still getting a whole donut, but you're getting to try 2 rather than 1, is the point.
But I can eat 2.
But you didn't.
Only because you wouldn't buy me another one because you're tight.
Because I wanted to go on Hagrid's. I wanted to be ill for the rest of the night, apparently.
I have 2 hands.
He was looking to sabotage everything.
Anyway, there we go. After
I've got a question.
Oh, God.
Why aren't savoury donuts a thing?
They're called pasties.
Oh, yeah.
We call that something else here.
What? What is it?
What, pasties?
No, pasties is something...
Oh, no.
Pasty is something completely different. So, we need to continue this next year.
Yeah.
I posted in our little group asking for people's opinions. I have an idea, because I think... See, my issue with the Which Voodoo Do You Do was that menu is a little too expansive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good. I love having people recording clips and send them in the show, especially when they're at the parks. It's so cool. Like, just to think our listeners would take the effort to go and record like a 2-minute clip and send us in is pretty awesome. So I want to keep it up next year. We need to go back to something that was like the Butterbeer, where it was a short. There was only like 4 or 5 different choices. Like even the ice cream one. I have an idea. I'm going to put it to the guys afterwards. It does involve Voodoo donuts still, though.
Okay.
I will leave it at that, and we will talk about it off air.
If it requires eating, count me in.
I thought you were going to go really simple, like Coke or Pepsi.
Well, I originally thought let's just keep it simple and go IOA Studios.
Yeah, it's a bit too simple, that.
Yeah.
But I think the foodie one, I think people like it done, and I think we need to carry on down that route.
So if you can substitute a veggie dog, which I will be.
How many hot dogs is there at Hot Dog Hall of Fame? There's not that many. There's maybe 8 or 10, maybe. Could be a decent option. Anyway.
And then I have to go and try them all.
Yeah. No way. That's the problem. Who's going to sit there and eat 10 hot dogs?
I volunteer. I like
this
eating.
This is the United States, Lee.
Yeah.
Do not underestimate us.
I don't underestimate you. I do not underestimate the Americans, that I can go to a restaurant, order a burger, eat some of it myself, pass it over to my wife, and it still look like there's an entire burger left.
Look, I think I finished tried to finish everybody's meal that day. Don't know what was going on.
I made a really bad choice.
I think.
Yeah. And while we are on the topic of donuts, we know that Voodoo Donuts are now serving Cannolos.
Yes.
Now, is that a Cannolo or cannoli?
No, Cannolo. We talked about them 2 shows ago, Christopher.
Listen, we talk about a lot of food.
We do.
So, as we mentioned 2 shows ago on episode 379, Nikki and Gabe from the theme park duo headed out to Universal Studios Hollywood to check them out just for us.
This is funny. And I've edited this down. Originally, it was 9 minutes long, and it's still about 7 minutes. But I tell you what, it's worth every second.
What's going on, UUOP? It's Gabe
and Nikki
of Theme Park Duo. And today, I ran down to Universal City Walk here at Universal Studios Hollywood and ran to Voodoo Donut so we could do a Voodoo Donut Cannolo review. I almost call it cannoli.
No, they're Cannolos.
Cannolo.
Did you literally run?
I sprinted. I was heavy breathing at the desk.
Oh my gosh.
It was very awkward. They're like, why are you out of breath? And I was like, I really want Cannolos. So if you guys, I'm sure everybody's heard of the Cannolos so far who have been listening to your guys' show. But if you don't know what the Cannolo is, the Cannolo donut, which actually has been in the making for 2 years, is created with raised yeast donuts swirled and fired to perfection and filled with a variety of cream cheese flavors. It currently is featured in 3 different cream cheese flavors, which is pumpkin, almond, and raspberry. And here today in front of us, we have all 3. So you are going to hear firsthand reactions on the 3 different flavors and which ones we prefer. I know this is a contested subject between a lot of people on which ones they think they're going to like.
Yeah.
So I'm going to guess that my favorite is going to be the raspberry. That is what I'm going to think.
I'm conflicted on each 3.
You're conflicted on the integrity of our cannolos.
Yes, I am. Okay, so the raspberry is powdered, which looks delicious, but the color is very off-putting.
It's
bubblegum pink.
It's like bubblegum pink. It isn't like a dark red that you would expect.
Yeah.
It looks like the color of a room that you would paint a little girl's room.
Yes. And then the pumpkin. I'm not a flavor of pumpkin spice or pumpkin flavored things.
But the outside
has sugar on it.
Good.
Yeah, so the outside looks great. And then the almond, the one that
most plain.
The one that I thought I would dig the most is super boring on the outside.
But it looks like a traditional donut in a sense, where it's like the cream and the donut outside.
Yeah, but it's least enticing visually.
Yes.
So I'm conflicted about all 3. So yeah.
So you don't know which one you think you're going to like?
Probably almond.
Okay. Well, let's go with that one first. Let's try donut A first, which is almond.
Cannolo A.
So this is firsthand. This is Mouth Noises, the podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Because we're trying donuts right now. Okay. So cheers. This is Cannolo almond.
ASMR.
I'm trying to chew away from the microphone here. The donut is super soft. Like really soft, which is nice. I expected there to be some type of like crispy outside based on how it kind of looks, but it's so soft, and I actually don't mind that there really isn't like a crust to it.
Yeah.
And the cream itself, this is the almond one. It's very almondy.
I love it.
It's good.
Yeah.
I just think that if I had a whole one of these, I think eventually that almondy flavor might end up being a little overwhelming.
Maybe, yeah. I need a glass of milk.
I know, right? Because I'm going to just try the cream by itself. Yikes, that is very almondy. That donut flavor really cuts through the almond. Try it by itself.
I don't want to.
See, because you think it's going to be too almondy.
Yes, I do think so. But I like the way it is. It's a nice balance.
Very good. It is very good balance.
It's a plain donut outside with a nice sweet filling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, I hate
That's what you told me the other day.
I hate cream-filled donuts as a rule. So this
Oh, really? So this is rough for you.
This isn't my thing in general.
Do you like jelly-filled more?
Cream or jelly-filled, I don't like.
You just like regular donuts.
I like traditional donuts. I'm very boring.
Yeah, I was just about to say you're boring. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah,
Moving on!
Okay.
Pumpkin.
I'm scared about this one.
Let's try this one. Same thing with the donut dough. Super soft. The sugary outside actually doesn't make a huge difference.
I love the sugary outside. I think
it's not overly pumpkin spice. I was really concerned, like, with you talking about it. I thought it was going to be like pumpkin spice to the extreme, but it's actually rather mellow.
It is pretty mellow, but I think for the rest of my sample, I'm going to squeeze out the filling and just eat the outside.
I think I like that more than the almond so far.
No, almond is still ahead for me.
The only reason why I like it more than the almond is because the flavor is just a little bit more subdued than this. Because this is like clearly like almond extract. And that's why it's like so pungent. I like that this isn't as pungent. So I'm enjoying that one so far.
Okay. I like the outside better. I'm gonna rank by categories. Overall, and then crust, and then filling.
This is an extreme Cannolo judging.
Yeah.
Okay.
I take my Cannolo judging seriously.
Moving on, the next one is raspberry. This is the one that is like bright pink on the middle with the powdered sugar on the outside. Be careful, if you get this on your nose, someone's going to think you did coke.
Okay.
I'm kind of stumped on this one. I need to try the cream by itself. Because, like, that's like the main part of it. Most of the dough all tastes the same.
Yeah. No, but I think the powder adds something.
I think I'm on pumpkin. Team pumpkin right now. That's not as, like, I thought that because it was raspberry, I thought it was going to be kind of sharp. It was going to kind of cut through that cream cheese. I'm shocked. It's not, though. It's a very subdued raspberry flavor. But I wish that the powdered sugar outside on this was on the pumpkin one.
No, I wish the powdered sugar outside was on the almond one.
I mean, that would make that good, too. I'm going to vote pumpkin. I'm going to say that pumpkin is my favorite right now. I'm completely shocked.
I am a plain Jane, and I'm going to say I like the almond the best. But I do like the raspberry more than the pumpkin.
You were sketched out by the pumpkin before you even ate it.
I don't like pumpkin flavored things. But
you don't like pumpkin pie.
Okay, but here's my power ranking. Okay,
how do you really
power ranking?
Oh, overall, almond. Cream by itself, still almond. I almost said raspberry.
She was pointing at the raspberry and just went, still almond, and then moved her hand very swiftly over to the almond.
But the outside, the crust, like the actual donut, I like the pumpkin. I like the powdered sugar on it. Not powdered sugar. I like the granulated sugar.
The granulated sugar. Yeah, I would say, honestly, like the plain outside of the donut, I like a lot on the almond.
Yeah.
But I'm not a huge fan of how pungent the almond is. I think I'm still would go with the pumpkin just because it's the most subdued out of the three. And the other two are just a lot to handle. And they're not small. I was expecting them to be small.
No, they're not small.
They're not small at all. They're like the size of a good length of a hot dog.
Well, a small hot dog.
Anyway.
Also, is Cannolo, is that a real thing?
I think they made it up.
Or they made it up. I
don't know. They don't want to hear this part. They don't want to hear the intrigue into the Cannolo.
Sorry. Sometimes I forget that we're doing a segment on someone else's show, and I just ramble like we're on our show.
Lee's probably editing this right now, cussing to himself.
Sorry.
Anyway,
go now.
Our official judgment of the three Cannolos from Voodoo Donut is, Nikki, you prefer the almond, and I prefer the pumpkin.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where we landed.
And the raspberry is not bad.
It's not bad. I would put that second before the almond, for me.
Well, it's Yeah, it's second before the pumpkin for me.
Yeah.
That's funny. Both our first are the other person's last.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so they're all good. There you go.
Clearly, they're all fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for having us on your guys' show to do a quick review about the Canolos. Obviously, you can follow us at Theme Park Duo on all social media channels and check us out. Talk to you guys later.
Bye.
I love it when Nikki gets super sassy. It's hilarious. I need to try them. I really do.
Yeah, I've got to admit, the pumpkin one's the one that excited me immediately. But, I'm all over that stuff. One thing I am surprised about, and, not being a chocolate fan, but I'm surprised there isn't a chocolate version.
Yeah, that's good, though.
Yeah, because you have chocolate all the time.
Yeah, but they could
have some other...
They could do like a chocolate donut with a raspberry filling.
Wait for it.
Oh, okay.
They need to do a butterbeer cannolo.
Oof.
They've already got fudge and cream, so surely they must be able to... I'm surprised they haven't done any tie-ins with like any of the IPs in the park.
See, now...
Well, that one in particular as well.
Yeah.
Gabe and Nikki have just given me an idea when they were talking about the sizes of them. A hot dog cannolo.
That could work.
A hot dog wrapped in a donut.
Oh, well, the burger in a donut works.
Hey.
Can we put hot ketchup all over it?
Shut up, you. Yeah, but I need to try these. These are definitely getting tried in February, without a doubt.
For sure.
Maybe
and earlier for me.
Yeah, someone tweeted them the other day, Voodoo Donut, and asked something, and they did say that there's 2 new flavours coming in January.
That's right, yes.
They didn't say what.
Butterbeer.
Oh, butterbeer.
No, I don't know. They didn't say. Someone said, are they available at the Universal locations? They went, yes, and there'll be 2 new flavours coming in January.
What's my new favourite thing over there? They need a matcha green tea.
Oh, well, yeah, they could do.
Holy cow, I would be all over that.
They could do. I need to try one of those cream puffs, actually.
Well, I'm on it. I'm just trying to get a decent price on the tea powder, and then I'll make my own.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. And I might share them.
How much food have we talked on here?
Not enough.
Too much.
I think a little too much. I'm almost ready to spew right now.
Hey!
Thank you.
Nice one. I like it.
I will be here all day. Tracy, give us a spew.
I will do. This one's from Dan. Jojo, an attendant on Woody Woodpecker's Nut House coaster, deserves a medal for making my daughter's day. We're on our 4th or 5th ride in a row when Jojo asked if we wanted to go in the front row. On previous rides, the express riders kept stealing the front row seats. She then got chatting to my daughter and asked her name, which is Luna. It's a nice name. I like that. As we reached the peak of the climb, she announced on the speaker system that Luna, aged 4, was driving the train. Woo! And my daughter's face was priceless. Luna still talks about driving the train, being at the front and hearing her name as the driver. Jojo's small gesture made a little girl and her dad very happy.
Awesome.
Dan.
I'll tell you what you need.
That's so cool.
You need something for riding that thing 5 times.
Oh, I know, but she's 4. That's perfect.
Well, Lee, next time they'll call your name out in the front of that train, okay?
Yeah.
Chris, have you ridden Woody Woodpecker's Nut House coaster?
I have. Yes, I have.
It's rough.
It's pretty crammed tight for an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that's cool.
Yeah, I think that's really sweet.
Yeah, daft little things like that are the memories that kids will take. Like, even as a parent, you really do.
I'd say it's all about your kids when they're that age. When they get to the age we've got, you're not really bothered, you just don't want to take them. But...
But you have to.
Well, you don't.
Oh, we are.
We didn't last time.
That's true, we didn't.
Yeah, it's just an abandonment, that's all.
Yeah, she'll get over it. No, she won't.
Yeah, of course.
That's what therapy's for, isn't it?
Yeah.
With alcohol.
She's too young for alcohol.
She's 15.
She doesn't drink it. Only when you give her
it.
Don't
you guys have like really young liquor ages over there?
18.
Not 15.
You still have to be 18.
Well, it's like 21 over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to be 25.
I'm sure if a 15-year-old walks into a bar or a pub, be like, come on, here's a drink.
No, it's not like that.
You can have alcohol.
I want to pretend like it's like that
because
I watch movies that show that.
Yeah. You can have alcohol at 16 as long as it's with a meal.
And with
an adult.
Adults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as long as you keep buying food, you can get absolutely at 16.
I'll take the free bread and a beer.
Yeah.
One pint.
Basket of fries and a bottle of vodka.
Sounds like what I normally order anyways.
Yeah.
Minus the vodka, Southern rum or bourbon.
So if you have got a great team member shout out for our S.P.E.W segment, send that to podcast@uuopodcast.com.
Speaking of alcohol, Chris, I don't suppose you listened to last week's episode, did you? Because I think you were pulling my leg during the weekend by telling me that which was I had the rum concoction was apparently the weakest one. I have at least 2 people on last week's episode that would disagree and said the rum one was not the weak one.
Having tasted the one that Darren was carrying around in the bottle, that was way stronger.
So here's the thing. There was 2 rum ones.
Oh.
There's the one that I served everybody.
Uh-huh.
Then there was an extra overflow that I kind of made to have like separate because I had extra stuff left over. But I didn't serve that one initially because, I want everybody not to die on me. But I think when we started giving like other rounds, I didn't want to, throw away these other bottles. So I started handing that out. So maybe that's what it was.
Maybe.
So I had 2 of those then.
You had 3 of those?
No, I had one of the originals and then 2 of the strong ones.
Jesus.
She was thirsty. I had to make sure she wasn't dehydrated.
It was warm. It kept evaporating.
Everyone really liked them.
It was so good.
So it was such a good way to start the weekender. And it really was.
It's just like a thing that just brings everybody together. Everybody starts talking and,
it was awesome.
Have a little drink. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm glad. Very glad.
Yes. Do that again.
Yes. I guess that's it then, is it?
Well,
I'm surprised we've managed to get this long of an episode out of it, to be quite honest.
We're talking food. Are you an idiot? Of course we spoke for this long.
We're at that back end of the year where there's not a lot going on.
Yeah. Do you not keep forgetting we are at the back end of the year?
Yeah.
Speaking of the end of the year, you want to...
That's it, yeah. That's what I was going to say.
What's happening?
So before Chris wraps it up, I just wanted to let everyone know what's happening over the holidays. This is actually the last... To pull the curtain back, we normally record 2 episodes.
I think everybody knows that to keep pulling this curtain back.
So this is actually the last recording that we're doing this year. So after this next week's episode, we're going to do our top 5 souvenirs.
Oh, crap.
And then on... So the following Tuesday will be Christmas Eve. We do still have an episode coming out. That'll be episode 383. I had the chance to sit down with Justin Martin, who, if you remember, we had on the back end of last year, the beginning of this year. He worked as one of the design team for Volcano Bay, and I had him to do the rides that made me. And it was really good. He, there was one he pulled out that was like, okay, that was an interesting take. It was a really good conversation. Yeah. Justin's so awesome.
He's just awesome to talk to.
Yeah, he really is. And then we're actually going to be taking a week off. I had planned something. I was going to sit down with Robin and Michelle and do an episode. That will still be coming, hopefully, at some point. Yeah. But it just didn't happen this year. So we'll be taking a week off. So New Year's Eve, there won't be an episode. And then we'll be back with our first episode of 2020 on January the 7th. As we will not be far away from our episode 400 at that point.
Whoa.
What we're doing our top 400 then?
I have been trying to rack my brains of what we can do because
our top 400 things to eat.
Our episode 400 and our 9-year anniversary will be about 3 weeks apart.
Ooh.
You're away for one of them, I think.
That's okay. I can patch in.
We've already got someone stepping into your shoes for those 2 episodes that you're missing.
What?
It's fine. I think you'll like her.
What?
You'll like her.
Replacing me?
No, just for 2 episodes. All I will say is God's Pocket.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I'm happy.
So yeah, that's it.
All right, so let's wrap this up with another Universal Is. And this one comes from God's Pocket's friend, Christina Frundle. Now, if you want to be involved, send us what you think Universal is in 3 words or less to podcast@uuopodcast.com. And Christina says, Universal is my happy place. See you next week.
Cut, print. That's a wrap for another episode of the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Never miss a show by subscribing on Apple Podcasts and leave us a rating and review while you're there. Not an Apple user? You can listen on Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, or your podcatcher of choice. Email us any questions or comments to podcast@uuopodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, Instagram, and Pinterest. Just search UUO Podcast. Keep up with the latest news, rumors, and updates on our blog at uuopodcast.com. Thanks for listening. See you next week.